Aquatic Life Conference. And the Aquatic Life Institute staff lined up along with Elise Burnell. Hello, everyone. Again, I'm Sofika Kosniuk, Managing Director of Aquatic Life Institute. This session is being recorded and will be distributed following the conference. Everyone is muted upon entry and your cameras are off. I have the distinct pleasure of introducing this next session and someone who probably needs no introduction, Dr. Sylvia Earle. She is referred to also as her deepness for recording the deepest ever seafloor walk. She's a National Geographic Society Explorer in Residence. She was appointed also as the very first female to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration in 1990. She is a world-renowned author, explorer, conservationist, and throughout her career, she's published more than 200 publications, which is astounding. Dr. Sylvia Earle is also the founder and chair of Mission Blue. So I'm very thrilled that we've had the opportunity to connect with her. There has been a slight change to the agenda, which we will very briefly update you on, but following Sylvia's address, there will be a networking opportunity for everyone through the Whova app, and we will show you via a screen share following the address how to engage in that networking opportunity, and encourage all of you to hop on the app and start making those really important and special connections that can usually only happen through platforms like Whova or in person, which of course at this time is still not possible for us. So without further ado, maybe I'll hand it over to Elise to introduce the session.
Thanks so much. I'm Elise Burnell. I'm an advisor to the Greenbaum Foundation and new advisory board member of the Aquatic Life Institute. And we're just so thrilled to have Dr. Sylvia Earle, my hero, join us to deliver the keynote for the Aquatic Life Conference. And Dr. Earle does send her apologies for not participating in the live Q&A. Today, she is off to a meeting with the president of the Dominican Republic, and hopefully we can do this at a later time. But thanks again for organizing this incredible conference, and thanks to Dr. Earle and Mission Blue for their support.
All right, thank you everyone. So we're going to start the video and I'm going to share the screen of the video. Thank you so much. All right. All right. Apologies, some technical issues. All right, there we go. Should be good. All right, there we go. Apologies, some of you are not getting the sound. Sorry, let's see how to do the video. Apologies, sorry about that.
Dr. Earle looks great.
Yeah, she looks great, yeah. All right, so when I stop sharing my screen, I have another solution. Sorry about that. Okay, let's stop sharing. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys keep chatting and I'm gonna play the video separately to have the sound separately. Should be good in 1 minute, yeah. Let you guys keep chatting for.
In the meantime, would anybody like to share their favorite Dr. Earle quotes? Maybe the one from the press release. I'd love to hear that one again if anybody has it handy. I can read it otherwise. Treating ocean wildlife as commodities measured by the ton and taken with industrial indifference is not only inhumane, but is destroying the vital processes that underpin our existence, from carbon capture to oxygen generation. I've got more. Yeah, Jasper, I was just gonna say that one. That's one of my favorites. No blue, no green.
I think I'm going to give this a go. Try and see if I can play this video.
Thanks.
Okay, let's see. Okay. Yeah, William, it still says unsupported video file from my end as well. Oh, William, you're muted.
All right, so Tessa, you're gonna play the video, share your screen the regular way, and I'm gonna play the sound on my screen, and the two should merge properly. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, we're gonna sync. You know what people do, in COVID, we watch movies together, like sound from one place, video from the other one. Should work.
Perfect. Coordinated effort.
Yeah.
Here we go. Okay. All right, share my screen. Can you see the video? Okay, great.
All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
To all of you assembled at the Aquatic Life Conference, bravo, bravo for being a voice for creatures, for life that otherwise might not have a voice. This, as never before, is a time when we're beginning to understand that we exist on this blue miracle of a planet because of the rest of life on Earth that has shaped rocks and water into a planet that is habitable for the likes of us and the rest of life on Earth. Now we know what was not clear to me when I was a child, and not clear to most people even now, that most of life on Earth lives in water. The greatest diversity and abundance of life on Earth is out there, down there, in the rivers, lakes, streams, and certainly in the ocean, where the average depth is 4 kilometers, maximum 11 kilometers, and it's alive from the surface all the way to the bottom. I am thrilled that on my watch, from the time when I was a child to the present time, that there is a beginning of a sea change, of respect for the rest of life on Earth. Throughout all of our history, we have consumed nature, all of nature, on the land and in the sea to foster our prosperity, often with little regard to the consequences or the ethic of what we're doing to destroy other forms of life, their communities, their existence as families, and have not given much thought to the pain and suffering that we have imposed on other forms of life, sometimes even other humans in our attitude. But we are at a critical stage where we are beginning to understand that maintaining the fabric of life on Earth, land, and in aquatic realms is absolutely vital to our existence. Considerable thought, discussions, debates, and concern about biodiversity and about the impact of life on Earth as it affects climate, the value of whales as carbon-based units, International Monetary Fund assigning a value of whales alive today to more than $1 trillion alive and far less dead. And to realize that a dead whale contributes carbon dioxide and methane to the atmosphere. A live whale holds the carbon, ultimately sequestered in the deep sea. If it works for whales, it works for tuna, works for krill, works for shrimp and squid and all the other creatures that we now largely think of as products, to be taken by the ton, to be regarded as if they don't have a place in our caring, in our value system. We like to think of ourselves, humans, as being humane. Somehow we draw a curtain when it comes even to other people who, in our view, may not be like us. When it comes to looking at other social animals, whether they're whales, dolphins, or even lobsters, they tend to hang out together, that have senses and the ability to perceive the world around them in ways that we can only just barely imagine. This is a critical time. As never before, we know things that could not be known when I was a child. From the view of Earth from space, to looking at the ocean from deep within, to understand how every creature on Earth is unique. Not just every human, not just every cat, every dog, and every horse, and every cow, but every fish, every shrimp. We could give them all names and it would be quite legitimate because they're no two exactly alike. Each one has just enough DNA to set it apart from unique DNA, set them apart from every other one. Somehow that should matter. We should treat all forms of life as individuals because they are, and to try to see the world from their perspective. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It's a common theme of religions around the world. How about do unto fish as you would have them do unto you? If you think it's all right to sort of squash people in a net, or put a hook in their mouth and drag them out of wherever they are to a better other place, then you might get the picture of what we are doing to life in the ocean, life in freshwater, with the kind of indifference that we certainly don't accord to being humane. Thank you, all of you at this conference, for caring, for being empathetic, for being compassionate, to realize that it is part of what we think is the best of being human, to understand that yes, we will consume nature. We have throughout all of our history, and all creatures, in a sense, do the same thing, rely on the natural world around them to foster their prosperity. But we humans have come so far, so fast, with so little respect for all the other creatures that in the end, we will pay the price. Already we are. It's reflected in, call it the carbon cycle, if you want to use a nerdy term, that follow the carbon. What are we doing to the carbon on the planet that contributes to the warming of the planet? Clear-cutting forests, clear-cutting fish, treating life with such indifference and lack of understanding at the very moment in time when we need to come together with greater understanding, greater compassion, and greater action to realize that this is our moment. Never before could we know what we now know. Never again will there be a chance as good as what we have right now to think of ourselves as a part of the fabric of life, not apart from it, to treat all forms of life, land and sea, human and all those others that make our existence possible. So thank you, and bravo for continuing to be a voice and a force for nature.
Goosebumps.
All right, yes, go ahead. Oh, go ahead, Elise. Yeah, go ahead.
No. I've added to my favorite Sylvia quotes, do unto fish as you would have them do unto you. And maybe we could make some, like plastic knitting t-shirts or something with that quote on it. But yeah, no, bravo, everyone. Hugely inspired and just excited to participate in this conference the next few days. Thank you all. And thank you to Dr. Earle.
Absolutely. That what an extraordinary person, what an extraordinary address. Even though she wasn't here with us in real time, I actually felt like she was. She understands what we're discussing, what we're grappling with, where we're all collectively pointing ourselves. Everything that she said resonated so deeply, and the pieces that really jumped out at me were compassion and action to protect this blue miracle of a planet. So really, really powerful wording. So grateful to her. I cannot imagine how busy her life is and how many people want a little piece of her every single minute of her life. So
yeah, Dr. Earle was just in Glasgow, and I think she just flew straight to the Dominican. I mean, she's always on time, but hopefully next time we can do some more live Q&A and have everyone participate. But yep, she's incredible.
That would be wonderful. We will hop on the opportunity anytime that it presents itself. So thank you. And thank you, Elise, for making that video address possible for us. It's, to me, a very, very special moment.
Absolutely group effort, everyone here. It's been
really
incredible. So thank you all.
Really nice teamwork, everyone, on the audio and video coordination as well. You pulled it off. Very, very tech savvy. I couldn't have done that myself.